Hey guys, it's your resident scumbag here explaining DKP for all you suckers. So, basically, it's a very simple system. It's not perfect, but we have to have a system in place for loot. You can't just roll for best and slot heroic items, especially when we're doing progression. So, DKP comes from dragon kill points, and it's a simple math equation. It's effort points divided by gear points. And your priority, which means the probability of you getting the item, is the result of that super simple equation. So I have it key bound actually, because it's going to be very important. Let's check it out, right? So these two, Eric and Luca, these top two, they have participated in the most heroic kills in the guild. So did Happy Puffin, so did Dryzen, etc. So they have the most points. Dryzen has 10.5. How is that possible, resident scumbag? Well, he was with our group when we first killed Hagara, and the other group didn't, so that's extra 500. Because you have to remember, every heroic boss is 1000 effort points. Every normal boss is 500 effort points. And because of that group that did one extra Hagara, they got extra 500 DKP. So if you see, the math checks out, right? 10,000 effort points divided by the base gear points of 1000 is 10. You know you can divide by 0, so the gear points is actually 1000. So what happens is, let me take me for example, right? I had 15,000 because I had to come this Wednesday when I was supposed to go on Saturday. So I had Prio before everybody else because I literally raided Sunday and then the next Wednesday instead of waiting a week to pass. We had to do that because of people not showing up, not because I really wanted to get my Prio early. So during that raid I had 15,000 instead of 9.5k right now, which made me top Prio. My Prio was 15, nobody could beat me. I could win anything. So basically we decided to deflate that and give all the Prio I had on my DK to my rogue, because it wouldn't be fair, right? Any plate thing that dropped, any trinkets, anything I would get. But that was because of inflation, because I came earlier than everybody else. So I still maintained my effort points total across my two characters, but we had to make an adjustment so it's fair to everybody. Otherwise I would just get shit. And my Prio would always be higher than anybody else. So, the basic thing is, your priority is based on your character. If your character shows up and does the raids, he will accumulate effort points. If we killed 3 heroic, that's 3000. Hagara, Yorsaj, and Morchok, which we know we can. We don't have the DPS for Ultraxion yet. And after Ultraxion we'll go for Zonos, and after Zonos the most dangerous boss I feel is War Master. Spine is basically a heal and DPS check. It's brutal, but we'll get there. Anyway, so the maximum you can get now in the good group, 3 out of 8 heroic, is basically 3000 plus 2.5k, because it's 500 times 5 bosses, 5.5k. So 5,500 effort points you can get. But you need to know the cost of things. Now I can't show you the cost of things because I am literally not an officer, but I'll tell you the heroic trinkets are 1.7 thousand something. 1.710, 1,720, something like that. So as soon as you get gear, let's see some gear people. Kanye, see here? I think he won 1 trinket and 1 off-spec something. So his Prio is almost as high as everybody else's, but look at his effort points is almost as high as everybody else's, but look at his priority. It shuts down, because now his priority is literally 9,500 divided by 3,121, and that leaves him with 3.044. This system means that if I win something, because I have the highest priority, my gear points go up, my priority goes low, and you might win the next thing. So it's sort of fair. I can't win everything in a row. So we take the RNG out of it, and we take the effort into it. Because if it was just based on rolls, maybe I have a very lucky raid day, you know, and I win 5 items and none of you win nothing. And we don't want that. So this is the thing, yeah? So right now, Kanye has, I think, the most gear points. Oh no, Aresis has, because he has shoulders, and I think he got the trinket. And look at his priority. Even though he's highest, again with the inflation, but we couldn't account for it because he doesn't have an alt, his priority is the lowest. And some people that never raided. So that's how DKP works. The items have a fixed price because the add-on itself has the prices baked into it. And we just go with the basics. We didn't change any values, it's all fine. So I think, if I remember correctly, a tier piece is like 800 gear points, 900, something like that. And you should remember that your off-spec roll is half the gear points. So if I play Unholy and Specimen Slicer Heroic would drop, which I would only use, I guess, on Blood Tank, I can roll for it and it costs me half. The most expensive things you should know are trinkets and weapons, of course. So you have to be careful, especially now when we can't kill all bosses, nothing is on farm mode, not to fuck up your priority for off pieces or for pieces of your off spec, because that's just counterproductive. And I hope this helps. You need to get the EPGP add-on, I'll link it. You need to get 2 things actually, Lootmaster EPGP and EPGP. They will be both linked with this video, and I'll put them in Discord. So I hope this helps. You can get right now a maximum of 5.5k a week. If you raid once, every EPGP is baked into the characters. You can see here Sap is my rogue and Pestilence is my DK, and both of them show up. We're not going to do any bullshit like you come on 10 characters and all the effort point goes to only 1. No. Every time you show up, you contribute, you get effort points, you have a chance of winning stuff. Sooner or later, I want you to know, we'll all be getting the stuff. Sooner or later, we'll be disenchanting heroic stuff. If we get the DPS in order and everything goes to plan. So, I hope this helps. It's a brief explanation. It's super simple. It's effort points divided by gear points. And I think there's a page on the website, or officers can show us the exact cost of everything. So you know when you're rolling how much GP you're getting. Okay guys, that's it. I'll link the add-ons as well.